Whoa! Shit! That was a bad idea. So the first round of painting is finished. And that's not a happy accident. That is a foobar. But I was spraying this piece and I got a little hung up and oversprayed it. Then it was a big run drip. And then to make it worse, I decided to wipe it off. So if I would have left it, I probably could have saved it, but I didn't. But it's okay. There's still another pile of small bits to paint. As it sometimes happens, things change during the process. So originally, that blue was fenders, running boards, and interior. And then the cab and the bed and the hoods were going to be a lighter color blue. But when he saw that color blue on the dashboard, when I sent him a picture, he called me and said, paint the whole truck that color. I was like, okay, I will. So now we're going to have a lot of blue on the interior. The good part is I didn't paint all of it blue yet, so it's not going to be totally monochrome. And the other good part is he's like, I don't care what color you paint the rest of it, just pick a color. So all of these little trim pieces that were going to be dark blue are now going to be a different color. I think I'm going to paint this the same color as the dashboard, the dark blue. That way it blends a little bit better. I don't want to accent that too much. That big back panel is the dark blue. I think I'm going to do the headliner or the interior trim color. And then we got the new header panel. I think I'll do this the dark blue. And then the little covers, I'll make the same color as the rest of the interior trim, just to break it up a little bit. So stick around for that. Today, we're going to fix this so we can respray it. And I have it sitting on the cardboard because I don't want to scratch the back. This part's fine. Trust me, this will be fine. We're gonna have to scuff this to get paint to stick to it because we're outside our recoat window. But this is gonna have to get fixed. So some soapy water. This is 220 grit. I know it's severe, but we're just gonna knock down some of these really high spots. Watch this. See how that thing just sparkles? That's what it looks like with the clear coat on it. It's a good looking color. Okay, cool. So I'm done with the 220. Wipe it off. Wipe it off. And now I got some 600 grit. Second verse, same as the first. Okay, so there's a couple of 220 scratches right here, and what we're going to do now is just sand this whole thing. This would be what you call a color sand, so you could do this on every part in between each stage, and I'll show you what happens. So if you go back and look at the video on the bed wood, it's the same thing. So the shiny spots are low, and if you want it perfectly smooth like over here, you're gonna have to sand it a little bit more. You got to be careful with the edges. You'll get right on top of them and then burn right through. So see what happens when you go too far? You start to, come on. When you go too far, you start to see the sealer, the undercoat. I got some 220 scratches right here I want to work out. I mean, they'll fill in with paint, but since we're going, let's go. So that's my after. Just prepping it for another coat of the blue. So if you are going to do this like on a solid panel, or I would use 800 grit after the next coat. You could hit it with 800 grit and you're not going to go through as fast. So a light sanding with the 800 grit, and then you could hit it with the clear, and then this thing would look like glass. But I mean, it's close enough already. It's a good smooth panel. You just knock down some of the bumps, and then it's ready for a recoat, and then we can clear it and it'll be finished. And I taped off the back because the inside's black except for this little line. It's gonna look good. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.